The first message I got on Wednesday, 8th of June 2016 was from a good friend in Ghana by name Collins Udolu, and the question goes thus: Omar, please confirm, is Stephen Keshi dead? I couldn't believe what I was saying. I told him to hold on, that I needed to cross-check. I went on the internet and all I kept saying was R.I.P. Stephen Keshi. That was when it dawned on me that the former captain and coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria is no more. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi was his name, and of course he was a captain of the Super Eagles. He captained the Nigerian national team to win the African Nations Cup in Tunisia in 1994, and of course went on to coach the Nigerian national team to lift the African Nations Cup in South Africa in 2013, thereby becoming the only black coach on earth alive to have won the African Nations Cup as a coach and a player.
When I came on board a year and a half ago, or close to a year and a half ago, my dream is to make all Nigerians happy. My dream is to make Nigerians know that they're going to have a very good team. And it's coming. We're not there yet. We're still in the process. So I'm happy about that. Me winning the cup as first Nigerian coach to win it, I want to dedicate this to all Nigerian coaches that have been praying for this team. It's not for me alone, but I hope some other African coaches will get to this position and make their nation proud.
Tributes have come from all over the world, from the biggest footballers in Africa to the biggest sports personalities, administrators, and of course sports journalists. I have been reading all over Facebook interesting write-ups paying massive respect to the man who gave his all to football in Nigeria. He will be remembered for so many things, but one of the things that I will remember Keshi for is the fact that he pioneered the exploit or the exodus of African footballers to Europe seeking greener pastures. He did not just become the first, he also helped some African footballers to move over to Europe for greener pastures. Ni Odate Lamptey of Ghana is one of them.
At club level, Lamptey was also making waves. Following the '89 tournament in Scotland, Belgian club Anderlecht made contact with the youngster via the agent of Nigeria's captain, Stephen Keshi. Desperate to hold on to their star, the Ghanaian FA withheld his passport. But Lamptey refused to be denied and used what little money he had to embark on an epic journey to Lagos in pursuit of his football dreams. Lamptey blossomed at Anderlecht under the wing of Keshi.
Keshi was my everything in Belgium, to be honest with you. I still call him Big Keshi, you know. So he was everything. I mean, even before we play a match, I have to get advice from him. I mean, taking me through the town. I mean, and I'm sure without him, I don't think I could have survived in Belgium.
David Lamptey was one of those kids, one of those players that had the opportunity for me to help. Sure, why won't I do that? And he's a great kid. He's got so much ability. He didn't really exhibit his quality as a player. You know, things, you know, came and distracted him, and it wasn't. Lamptey would have been a magician.
That was the kind of man Stephen Keshi was. He made sure he looked after some of his African brothers while they were playing in Belgium. I remember Kalusha Bwaya, the current president of the Zambian Football Federation, speaking and talking about how Keshi made sure every African player in Belgium, as at that time, was fine. Keshi called up every African, made sure everyone was fine, as he was the leader of the African contingent in Europe. Stephen Keshi was known as the big boss by colleagues and those who were around him, and of course this was because of his leadership qualities on and off the pitch, as he led the Nigerian national team not just to winning the African Nations Cup in 1994, he also led Nigeria to our first ever FIFA World Cup finals in the USA in 1994. Stephen Keshi will remain fresh in the memories of so many Nigerians, so many people in Africa, and of course the world over. In 2005, as a young journalist, I was privileged to cover how Keshi made history by qualifying tiny Togo for our first ever FIFA World Cup finals. The entire nation was sent into rapture the moment the final whistle was blown, and of course a Nigerian had made history by qualifying a tiny African nation with only one good player in Sheyi Emmanuel Adebayo, in my opinion, and of course it was celebration galore. I remember covering that historic event, and after the game we had the opportunity of sitting with this man Stephen Okechukwu Keshi in the team hotel in Togo. He was very humble, he was very friendly, he was very jovial, and of course he left a lasting impression on me from that moment on. I was one of his critics, but that doesn't take away the fact that Stephen Keshi was a great footballer, a great leader, and of course a great coach as far as his achievements, can speak for that. They say it is not the years in your life that counts, but it is the life in your years that matters. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi passed away at the age of 54, but it must be said that he led a life of example. He led a life that will be remembered for a very long time. R.I.P. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi. You are gone, but you will never be forgotten.